Hey guys, Matt Mollohan fishing here. Let's go fish. This time the ass flipping land. Oh, there's one. Positive people, positive situations, positive things. What happens when you're positive? Got a quick tackle tip coming to you real fast with water temp warming up, everything's heating up post-spawn. The big thing that I like to do this time of year is throw a buzz bait and a frog. And I love to throw a greenfish tackle, a buzz bait, and a this bait's Pad Daddy. Those are the two frogs of choice that I like to throw. Now, on my greenfish tackle buzz bait, I always throw a horny toad every now and again. I'll throw a swim bait or, throw something different on it, maybe like a biz baits, cutter crawl, smaller profile or something like that. But 9 times out of 10, I'm throwing this horny toad on the back of it. Greenfish tackle makes the perfect toad or buzz bait. You can just slide that horny toad right up on top, just wet it a little bit, and it's absolutely perfect. Easy to skip under docks, easy to skip under trees, whatever you want to do. But that's what I love to throw. Post spawn especially. These fish coming off the beds, they're recovering, they're trying to feed up. And, when everybody else, especially on Lake Murray, some of these other lakes, everybody's chasing herring spawn. Well, this is what I like to do because nobody's on the bank. Everybody's fishing points and everything else. So I love to throw that buzz bait. I like to throw it around, grass, trees, docks, anything where those fish have been spawning and they're kind of moving, looking for those bluegill beds. And that's what I'm looking for. On my new HDS Live units, I'm able to scan docks and scan areas now with that active imaging and find bluegill beds, find fish on some of those areas before I even have to cast. If I'm practicing for a tournament, I'll scan instead of making casts. Obviously, I don't want to catch those fish in practice. So if I scan an area that's got a ton of bluegill beds, because that's what I'm looking for this time of year. Bluegill are starting to get into that mode. The last full moon where the bass spawn, and there'll still be some probably that might spawn in May a little bit. There's always some late ones, but for the most part, once you get into May, at least down here in the south, you got a lot of bluegill going to the beds, and really a lot of that happens big time on that next full moon. So I'm looking for those bluegill beds and scanning those areas to try to find out where they are, because chances are there's always going to be some fish around. So if I can find an area that's got a ton of them, I know there's going to be some bass there. Not all the bass immediately go deep. Not all bass go deep, period. So I'm looking for those handful that like to stay up shallow that nobody else is chasing. If there's real heavy cover around, that Pad Daddy, like I've said in another video, is the deal for sure. It's got a gurgle noise and that leg kick that's just unreal, and those fish cannot stand it. I've caught so many fish everywhere I go on that Pad Daddy when they're eating a frog. It's crazy. So my setups for that on the buzz bait, on the greenfish tackle toad, I like to use a 7.3 arc series or arc rods and Voker series, mag medium heavy. Again, on that buzz bait, you got to give them time to eat it. So I like that medium heavy. A lot of backbone, soft tip, gives them time to eat that buzz bait. So just in case one surprises you or hits you right at the boat, you got a little bit of extra time because of that medium heavy rod. It's a perfect setup for that toader. And I put it on a Lew's Team Light reel with 7.5-1 with High Seas 50-pound Grand Slam braid. Now on the Pad Daddy, again, I like to throw it on a 7.4 heavy because typically I'm throwing this around heavier cover. So 7.4 mag heavy Invoker series arc rod, soft tip, big backbone, can horse them out of any type of cover. Lew's BB1 series reel with 50-pound High Seas Grand Slam braid, 8:0-1 gear ratio on the Lew's BB1. Those are the two setups I like. Look, just because you catch a few in the morning, you think the sun comes up and those fish stop biting. That's completely untrue. Fish shade lines around docks, skip it under docks, fish shade line around trees. Once that sun gets up on one side, you can have the shade line on one side of the lake. Once it gets up on the other side, look, all you got to do is chase shade, especially if you got bluegill beds in the area. And a lot of times if there's bluegill around, shade or not, does not matter. Those fish will eat top water. And those are the two baits that I like to use. I will switch up colors from time to time, but typically white and black are the only two colors I use. So that's my tackle tip for this time of year with bass coming off the beds post spawn. Try Biz Baits Pad Daddy, Greenfish Tackle Toad Toter, and of course, check out Lose Reels and Arc Rods. These setups have always worked extremely well for me. So there's your tackle tip. We'll see you next time.